So, how about Houston and Indy? That game turned out to be really good between kind of a scrub game, scrub match. Turned out to be alright. So there was a Chiefs game today. We went into Oakland. We won, 26-10? Won by 16. Played really well, too, I think, in my book. We weren't as aggressive as I had hoped, but I think the weather had a real big factor in that part of the game, as far as like being able to go deep and rush the passer like we wanted to. The run game ruled the day. We were just able to do what it is we know we can do best, and that's play defense and run the ball. After the first drive, I was thinking, Oakland is going to play us tough like usual. And in the first half, they did play us really, really tough. But the second half, they just couldn't hang with our rushing attack. And our pass rushers started getting there, making Derek Carr not be able to set his feet, flushing him out of the pocket. He was making bad throws. Not saying the guy's a terrible quarterback, but I don't think he's quite as good as everybody likes to make him out. I just think it's been so long since Oakland's had a good quarterback like that, they're kind of fooled. People are fooled because he plays well for Oakland. I don't think that he's that great. He's all right. They got a couple good receivers out there, Cooper, Crabtree, so they help. Like I said, running game ruled the day. Andy Reid came out there, perfect game plan today. You notice how few screenplays I've seen. I've seen a couple, one to Hill, but they were positive. Though when they did, they even brought out DeAnthony Thomas. Dontari Poe scored a touchdown. I mean, come on, dude, that was pretty wild. I'm sure that the video I took of our screen today while we were watching the games playing by now, it's just some random, videos of the game, not really highlights or play-by-play I'm giving. Pretty sure the NFL will probably be mad at me if they found out I was doing that, and they probably will, but oh well. Like I said, our dudes, they played really well. The weather played into the whole not throwing it downfield, but we still managed to throw the ball downfield. Alex Smith was still able to get the ball a couple times. He got one to Macklin, I think he got one to Wilson. Kelsey had a nice little long catch and run. Conley caught a few. So he worked the ball around. They had a real safe game plan for Alex Smith. You could tell the plan was to mix in the run and integrate the pass in there sparingly, because obviously we don't want to have to go into the rain in Oakland and give them opportunities to turn the ball over on us, get their crowd into it. DJ was all over the place. He laid the real big stick, probably the hit of the game, hit of the week. He smashed number 30. He wasn't getting up after that either. I'm sure that I got the actual highlights in there of that one. So, but all I could say is for next week, actually for the next 5 or 6 weeks, we got really winnable games. I think we got New Orleans next week. I think Jacksonville's coming up on the schedule. We got about 5 or 6 really winnable games, and Oakland was probably one of the toughest ones on that schedule. And then at the end of those 5 or 6 games, we have Denver. So if we can progress in that amount of time, I think that we'll be right where we need to be. Fans, look up. It's time to be happy about it. We can make something come of this season still. 3-2. We're not quite tied with the division lead yet. We're 3-2. Denver is 4-2. Oakland 4-2. They're a half game ahead because they haven't had their byes yet. So, but that'll change. We'll have the opportunity to change that, especially against Denver 2 more times, and 1 more time against the other 2 teams too. So we just got to keep winning our games and winning the ones that we're supposed to win. Carolina should be a winnable one. Let's hope that they haven't got back up on the horse by that time. We got some winnable ones. So anybody who lost faith after Pittsburgh, it might be time to hop on back, because I think that we're going to be all right. I think we're going to right the ship. Jamal came back this week. He looked really good. He got him his first touchdown back, and they used him, I think, in the right amount of times, especially for given the situation, how we were up. Didn't really need him, but I would like to see him start splitting out more, kind of like what Atlanta does with their 2 running backs. Ware and him are already beasts in the passing game, but along with Sharkandrick West too. I really think that those guys could be a real trio of running backs that could give teams problems. And Niall Davis isn't even back yet, so we got weapons, like I said before. So we actually looked like we utilized them a little bit today. Didn't score as many offensive touchdowns. Like I said, we scored 2, but it was a crap game. It was in the rain in Oakland, worst field in the league because they share it with the Athletics. So, you know, given everything in there, everything considered, no turnovers. We created some turnovers. Can't ask for much more. Shut the run down. What, they have like 60-some yards rushing, barely anything passing. Defense was solid. Offense was, you know, steady like it usually is. Let's give Spencer Ware and Jamal Charles the ball more, and I think we're going to be doing A-okay. So, thanks for watching. Peace.